Peace and blessings, family. What to Guan? I just, want to jump into a subject that I didn't even get a chance to get into a week ago when it happened. But hit that like button, share, subscribe, and Kanye West worth $6.6 billion, the richest black man in American history. And my thing is, who gives a fuck? Really? Just let me get into the article. This is from People Magazine. I'll leave it in the description. The title of the article is Kanye West is worth 6.6 billion, and more than half of it is thanks to his Yeezy brand. And it goes, Kanye West is raking in the dough. The 43-year-old rapper is worth $6.6 billion, a significant increase from the amount that West was reported as being worth back in April of 2020 by Forbes, People confirms. Led by his sneaker and apparel business, Yeezy, which is now in partnership with Adidas, AG, and Gap Incorporated, the business is valued at $3.2 billion and $4.7 billion by UBS Group AG. The value of the new Gap collaboration with Yeezy, which is scheduled to hit stores this summer, could be worth as much as $970 million of that total, Bloomberg reported, citing a bank estimate. The famous, I guess, is the name of a song, but the famous rapper also has $122 million in cash and stock and $110 million from his music catalog alone. Now, I thought he said that they were trying to take his royalties or whatever, but I guess he still owns it. Okay, whatever. Alongside $1.7 billion in other assets, including estranged wife Kim Kardashian, SKIM, I guess that's Skims business, because Kardashian filed for divorce in mid-February. So the couple share 4 children, daughters North, which is 7.5, Chicago at 3, son Saint 5, and Sam, who will turn 2 in May. Then it goes on. West currently has full ownership and creative control of the Yeezy brand by himself, and previously signed a 10-year agreement to design and sell clothes under the Yeezy Gap label last year, Bloomberg adds. There, West will craft items for men, women, and kids. The arrangement excludes footwear, however, as Yeezy's partnership with Adidas lasts until 2026. Citing the document obtained by their outlet, Bloomberg noted that the Gap line is expected to break $150 million in sales in its first year in 2022. Back in April 2020, West claimed that at the time that his net worth was more than $3 billion, which could make him wealthier than other famous billionaires such as Oprah Winfrey, after Forbes reported his net worth was much lower than he claimed. And it goes on, while West achieved the 10-digit milestone in his wealth, Forbes reported that the rapper is worth $1.3 billion according to a previous report. Now watch this. Despite the business magazine's analysis, West maintained that his net worth is higher and reportedly tests than Forbes. It's not a billion, it's 3.3 billion, since no one at Forbes knows how to count. End of article. So Kanye is worth 3.3 bill or 6.6 bill or whatever. These are all from reputable sources: People Magazine, Forbes, Bloomberg, blah blah blah. So he's worth 6.6 billion. Good for him. My thing is, who gives a shit? What does that really mean for the black community? Number one, All right. And everybody was doing backflips like, yo, Kanye's worth 6.6 billion. And oh, he's the richest black man. Fine. Who gives a shit? Kanye, first of all, when you see what this guy does and how he acts and how he operates on a daily basis, is the message that this is what you have to do to move ahead, to become a billionaire or to become as rich as you are? In other words, this guy goes out, acts up every 10 seconds. He's in and out of mental institutions, right? He decides to go ahead and marry a whore. That's what he did. He married a white whore, a white woman who is so whorish, white men completely discarded this chick. Let's keep it real. She didn't start getting her fame, and the family really wasn't put on the map until that porn tape came out, which was one of the, by the way, the driest porn tapes I've ever seen in my life, right? But she really didn't get put on until that porn tape came out. So this chick, a white whore, who for some crazy reason everybody keeps calling queen. I don't get it, right? But he goes out, marries this whore, has a bunch of mixed kids, but not only that, goes as far as to go on to accept an award on BET and props her up as a queen, with everybody in the audience clapping. I'm thinking about, what? Then, of course, the slavery comment. Slavery was a choice, which you had people from the conscious community. Folks, you have to stop listening to these conscious dudes. They're fools. They are fools. Sonetta, you're fools. Sitting here propping up this guy for insulting black people. See, every time a celebrity says something dumb, you try to flip it and say, nah, there was a hidden message behind this. He wasn't saying that slavery was nah, you made the choice. Just shut the fuck up, please. Just ridiculous. You forget that comment. You forget what he said about Harriet, that she didn't really free the slaves. But I guess I misheard that as well. I mentioned that he's in and out of mental institutions, which people keep trying to debate. That's not true. He's not really crazy. He is crazy. People don't make the distinction that you can be genius in just one thing in your life, but that doesn't mean you're a genius at everything. So they look at him because that he's such a genius in his producing, because he's a great producer. I'm not going to take that away. But it doesn't mean he's not crazy. It doesn't mean he's not a coon. Oh, his mother died. We got to fuck that shit. Nigga, people's mother die every day. You're going to keep using that as an excuse? So because his mother died, he has to go out and, we mentioned the slavery comment. Dudes dressed in freaking blonde hair, hazel eyes, tight-ass gay pants and cowboy boots, and promoting, y'all are attacking Lil Nas X. What is Kanye promoting? What's Kanye promoting? Then he goes into religion. He does all this fuck shit with the slavery comment and the Harriet comment, and of course the meeting with Trump, which he made an absolute fool of himself. And folks were trying to make excuses for that too. Oh, he mentioned Larry Hoover. You know who co-signed him with that? Tekashi 6ix9ine's manager. What's his name? Shotty? When Kanye, after that Kanye interview with the president, Shotty, okay, that goofball was saying, yo, Kanye mentioned Larry Hoover. Yo, man, if Larry Hoover gets out of prison, man, you know what will happen when he steps on these streets in Chicago? You know what will happen when Larry Hoover steps on the streets? He'll get shot. That's what will happen. You think old-ass Larry Hoover's gonna regulate when he gets out in those streets? Are you serious? But they started making excuses for that. Then, of course, Kanye flips it, okay? Knowing that he's getting beaten up, knowing that people started saying they don't want to listen to his music anymore, what does he do? He jumps into the gospel field. He jumps into gospel knowing that that's one way to pull black people back in. He sings a couple of gospel songs. Horrible albums to his, they weren't even greatly produced albums, but it's gospel. He says Jesus a lot. Don't you see when you're getting played? Even the Katrina moment that people talk about, when he said George Bush doesn't care about black people. Oh, Kanye's so bold. Look what he said to that white man. You know why he said that? Because Katrina was a huge platform. Just like Trump was a huge platform. Just like running for president's a huge platform. It's all self-serving. Because 2 weeks after he said that Bush comment, 2 weeks later, his album goes #1 on the charts. Everything is calculated and self-serving. This man is not ahead of his time. This guy is not a genius. This guy is nothing but a self-serving, self-hating coon buffoon. That's it. Who happened to get rich. Some people are thinking that, well, now that he's got the $6.6 billion, that's great for black people. How? How a black man, again, who marries a white whore, all right, wants badly to be engulfed in white culture to the point he's crying that the white fashion industry that does nothing but promote the worst for black people. He wants badly to get into that society. Moves to Wyoming, one of the whitest states in the union. Come on now. It's funny. The black people think that because these celebrities make more money, it's good for them. And that they are formulating some plan for black people as a whole as they move up the ladder. Well, if you know something about that, think about this. Listen to Jay-Z. Jay-Z had a song. I forget the album. It may have been the Black Album. Had a song called Moment of Clarity, right? Moment of Clarity was kind of like, I don't know, I guess an autobiography that Jay-Z was writing about, an autobiography that Jay-Z was writing about his career, his progression. And in it, he had a line that says something to the effect of, I used to rap like Common Sense and Talib Kweli, and since I've been getting the money, haven't rapped about him since. And towards the end of the song, he's talking about, oh, listen, don't worry about it. Just look at the moves I'm making. Jay-Z's always thinking, meaning, listen, I'm just doing all this cooning for now, but eventually there's a plan behind this. There's a super plan down the line. Well, guess what? A couple of years ago, Jay-Z had an opportunity in front of the world to implement that plan. Remember when he was sitting with Roger Goodell during the NFL meetings? When he could have stepped up and made a difference with the Kaepernick movement? How'd that work? How'd it work? What did he do what type of power move did he make that really benefited black people? Or was it just another money grab for the Rockefeller Nation? Is that just another, like the Joker says, part of the plan? You got to stop worrying about these celebrities. Kanye West is worth $6.6 billion. Okay, after the divorce, he'll probably be worth 3.3, or based on how the Kardashians goes, probably worth 3 by 3, and he'll be probably turned into a full woman by the end of the day. All right, then, and it's another thing. Remember, he talked about liposuction. What man gets liposuction? What man, you're that rich, you can't hire a trainer to get to train you to do like 20 push-ups a day? So when the Kardashians are through with you and they flip you over, you turn into a freaking full woman at that point. Then it doesn't matter if you get liposuction, does it? But hey, listen, Kanye is worth $6.6 billion. Good for him. All right, doesn't mean shit for black people. If black people have to go his route, okay, and basically buck dance and coon and become another step infested to do it, forget about it. All right, but yeah, man, I had to speak on that, and yeah, like, share, subscribe, y'all. Peace and big up on yourself.